My sister-in-law, Amanda's cheerful voice rang from my phone as I scrolled through her latest Instagram post. My hands shook with anger as I watched her video. She made it look like she had been by my son Oliver's hospital bed the whole time, watching over him with love. The truth? She had only been there for 15 minutes, just enough to take pictures and videos, while I had spent the last 3 days sleeping in an uncomfortable hospital chair, exhausted and worried sick. My name is Sophie Turner, and at 34 years old, I'm watching Amanda use my 8-year-old son's severe asthma attack to gain fame on social media. Being an aunt means being there through the hardest times. Amanda's voice played over the video as she posed next to Oliver's nebulizer. Little warrior Oliver is fighting so hard, and Auntie Amanda won't leave his side. #prayers for Oliver, #family first, #aunt life. I turned off the video, my stomach twisting. She had posted it an hour ago, but she hadn't even been at the hospital since yesterday. Meanwhile, I hadn't left Oliver's side once. My clothes were wrinkled, my hair was a mess, and I had dark circles under my eyes from no sleep. A text from my husband Mark popped up. Have you seen Amanda's latest post? Mom is sharing it everywhere, saying what an amazing aunt she is. Of course she was. My mother-in-law, Diana, had always favored Amanda. Now, every time Amanda posted about Oliver, Diana would spread it around, praising her dedication. I typed back yes. I didn't trust myself to say more. Mark was at home with our younger daughter, Emma, trying to keep things normal for her while I stayed with Oliver. He knew how I felt about Amanda's social media act, but he always tried to keep the peace. Your sister's post has over 50,000 likes, I texted after a moment. Too bad none of those people can help her actually show up so I can take a shower. Oliver stirred in his bed, his voice weak. Mom. I put my phone down right away and rushed to his side. I'm here, baby. Do you need anything? He shook his head slightly, his blue eyes looking tired but better than before. The doctors said he was improving, but we still had to be careful. My phone buzzed again. Amanda was now doing a live video from her perfectly decorated home office, tears in her eyes. I've barely slept, she sniffled, her makeup still perfect. But that's what family does, right? We sacrifice everything for the ones we love. The comments poured in. You're such an amazing aunt. You're literally an angel. Oliver is lucky to have you. I wanted to scream. While Amanda was gaining followers, I was actually taking care of Oliver. The sleepless nights, the constant worry, watching his oxygen levels, holding my breath every time he struggled to breathe. That was real. And the worst part, Amanda was using my son's illness to grow her online following. In just 3 days, she had gone from 5,000 followers to over 75,000. Every post about Oliver made her more famous. A knock on the door interrupted my thoughts. It was Dr. Martinez, Oliver's doctor. How's our patient? She asked, checking his chart. Better, I said, running my fingers through Oliver's curls. His breathing is easier today. Dr. Martinez nodded. That's good. Has anyone come to give you a break? You look exhausted. I thought about Amanda's live stream still happening. No, I said quietly. It's just me. She gave me a kind look. Try to rest when you can. Oliver needs you to be healthy too. After she left, I checked my phone again. Amanda had already posted new pictures, old baby photos of her with Oliver, carefully edited to look perfect. The strongest little warrior I know, she had written. Auntie's heart is breaking, but I won't leave his side. Follow for more updates on our journey. #family over everything, #auntie life, #prayer warrior. Our journey. I looked at my sleeping son, then at my reflection in the window, messy hair, tired face, and a coffee-stained shirt. This wasn't a journey. It wasn't content. This was my child fighting to breathe, while Amanda turned his illness into her social media brand. Then another text from my mother-in-law. Amanda is doing such a great job keeping everyone updated. You should thank her for taking this burden off your shoulders. That was it. Something inside me snapped. I opened my laptop and started typing. It was time to show the world what real family looked like, and it had nothing to do with likes, shares, or follower counts. I stared at my laptop screen, my fingers hovering over the keyboard. Oliver's heart monitor beeped steadily in the background, and the hospital room's bright lights cast sharp shadows. But I could see clearly now. I knew what I had to do. I pulled up Amanda's posts from the past 3 days, 15 staged photos, 7 emotional videos, 3 dramatic live streams, all making her look like a devoted aunt. Then, I opened my phone's camera roll. My photos were different. No filters, no perfect angles, just real moments. Oliver's 2 breathing treatments, his tired but brave smiles, the nurses helping him. Most importantly, I had the hospital's visitor log. It showed the truth. Amanda had spent just 45 minutes at the hospital in 3 days, only long enough for her social media posts. Sophie? Oliver's weak voice broke my thoughts. Is Aunt Amanda really helping me get better? My heart clenched. He had seen her posts. She had made sure of that. No, sweetheart, I said gently, sitting beside him. You're getting better because you're strong. And because of the doctors, the nurses, and the people who are really here with you. He nodded, squeezing my hand. I just thought, maybe she cared more now. That was it. My decision was made. I opened my social media account and typed, a story about real family, no filters, no music, just the truth. First, I posted the visitor log, proving Amanda's short visits. Then, my real photos, ones that showed the hard moments, the sleepless nights, the reality of caring for a sick child. Real family, I wrote, doesn't need an audience. Real family shows up in the hard moments, not just the photogenic ones. I added screenshots of Amanda's monetized posts, her sponsorship deals, and the merchandise line she had launched using Oliver's illness. My hands shook as I hit post, but I felt lighter. The reaction was immediate. My phone buzzed nonstop. People who had believed Amanda's devoted aunt act were shocked. They started questioning her. Did you think this through? Mark texted. You know how Mom will react. As if on cue, my mother-in-law called. I let it go to voicemail. I already knew she would tell me I was being unfair, that Amanda was just trying to help, but I wasn't the one dividing the family. Amanda had done that when she used my son's illness for attention. Then, a nurse peeked into the room. Mrs. Turner, there's someone here insisting on seeing Oliver. Should I? Before she could finish, Amanda stormed in, her face red with anger. How dare you? She hissed, waving her phone. Do you know what you've done? I was building something important. I stood up, putting myself between her and Oliver. Building what? A brand? A following? At my son's expense? I was raising awareness, she shot back. People were praying for him. No, I said calmly, they were buying your merchandise. While you were filming at home, I was here, holding his hand. That's the difference between real family and social media family. Amanda's face crumpled, but I noticed her hand twitch toward her phone. Probably to record this moment too. Don't, I warned. This isn't content, Amanda. This is my son's life. Oliver's monitor beeped softly behind us. For the first time, Amanda actually looked at him, not as a prop, but as a sick child. She started, but for once she had no words. The nurse cleared her throat. Oliver needs rest. If you have family drama, take it outside. Family drama. Was that what this was? No. It was about protecting my son from being used as a spectacle. Amanda turned and left, shoulders slumped in a way I had never seen before. I exhaled, turning back to Oliver. He had watched everything. Mom, he whispered, I'm glad you're my real family. I hugged him gently. Sometimes children say the simplest truths. Then another message from my mother-in-law. But this time, it was different. We need to talk, all of us, about what real family means. I looked at Oliver, peacefully drifting to sleep, and typed back one word. Yes. A week after Oliver left the hospital, we had a family meeting in our living room. Mark, Diana, Amanda, and I sat together, while Oliver rested upstairs with Emma. Grandpa Jim, the only one who had actually helped during Oliver's hospital stay, stayed with them. Diana spoke first. We need to talk about what happened at the hospital. Amanda jumped in. Yes, Sophie completely overreacted and ruined. Stop, Diana said sharply, making everyone go quiet. Amanda, for once, you're going to listen. I sat up straighter. Something was different about Diana. I saw the visitor logs, she continued. I saw your posts, the times you were actually there, and her voice shook a little. I saw the merchandise sales. Amanda shifted uncomfortably. Her phone lay face down beside her, a rare sight. You were making money from your nephew's illness, Diana said, her voice heavy with disappointment. While Sophie was living every mother's nightmare, you were building a brand. Mom, I was trying to help. Amanda protested. The awareness, the prayers. The money? Mark cut in. The followers? Tell me, Amanda, how much did you make from those #prayers for liver t-shirts? Amanda's face turned red. She didn't answer. I did something too, Diana said. She pulled out her iPad and opened Facebook. There was a new post. An apology to my daughter-in-law. I was wrong. While Sophie was being the mother Oliver needed, I was blindly supporting a social media campaign that took advantage of his illness. True family isn't about likes and shares. It's about showing up. Sophie showed up. I didn't. I'm sorry. Tears filled my eyes. Diana reached for my hand. I've always been proud of Amanda's marketing skills, she admitted. But I forgot the difference between marketing and manipulation, between appearance and reality. Amanda stood suddenly. This isn't fair. I was just. Just what? I asked, my voice calm. Just using my son's illness for followers, just selling shirts with his name while he struggled to breathe. Tell me, Amanda, what were you just doing? For the first time, she seemed to understand. She sat back down, her confidence fading. I didn't think about it that way, she whispered. That's the problem, Mark said. You didn't think about Oliver at all. Just how this story could help you. A small sound from the doorway made us all turn. Oliver stood there in his pajamas, his inhaler in his hand. Grandpa Jim stood behind him, a hand on his shoulder. Aunt Amanda. Oliver's voice was small but steady. My friend Tommy at school saw your videos. He asked if you made money from me being sick. I didn't know what to say. Amanda's face crumpled. This time she wasn't crying for the camera. Oliver, I'm so sorry, she choked out. I was wrong. So wrong. Oliver walked over and hugged her. It's okay. But maybe next time you can just be my aunt. Without the camera. Amanda nodded, holding him tight. Over his shoulder she looked at me, her eyes full of real regret. I'll delete everything, she said. The posts, the merchandise site, all of it. And she hesitated. I'll donate the money to the hospital's pediatric asthma program. It was a start. That night, after everyone left and the kids were asleep, Mark and I sat on our porch swing, the same place where Amanda had once staged her worried aunt photo shoot. Think anything will change? I asked. Mark squeezed my hand. Mom's already different. And Amanda, well, she hasn't posted in hours, which might be a record. I laughed softly, then I grew serious. I just want Oliver to know what real family means. He does, Mark said. Because you show him every day. My phone buzzed. A text from Diana. Lunch tomorrow? Just us, no phones allowed. I smiled and typed back. I'd like that. Sometimes it takes a crisis to show what really matters. And sometimes love isn't found in perfect, filtered moments, but in the messy, unedited reality of real family. Upstairs, Oliver's breathing monitor beeped softly, but this time the sound didn't fill me with fear. It reminded me that we had gotten through this together. As a real family.